Hello, in this tutorial, this video, we are going to start scripting. Not scripting, rather. We are going to start coding our rock, paper, scissors game. And I have already created a file. I have named it rpsgame.c. And some comment under the comment section, we are going to see the rules of the game, how this game is being played. Now, it says a simultaneous zero. It is a simultaneous zero-sum game. It has three possible outcomes: a draw, a win, or a loss. Now, a player who decides to play rock, that is, if the user decides to select rock as his option, he is going to beat another player who has chosen scissors. So if we decide to pick rock as our option, and the computer chooses scissors, then we have beaten the computer, because rock crushes scissors, or break scissors, or sometimes we say it blunt scissors. That is the rationale behind saying that rock, the player who picks rock, has won the game. But we are going to lose to the computer if we decide to select paper, because who has played paper, we are going to lose to one who has played paper. So if we select scissors and the computer, that is, if you go for paper and the computer pick a rock, then we have also won, because paper covers rock. If it is the computer that selected paper and we select rock, then the paper covers rock. So the one who selected paper has won over the one who selected rock, and the rationale is that paper covers rock. And a play of paper will lose to a play of scissors. So if the computer decides to select scissors, and if the computer selects scissors, or if we select scissors and the computer select paper, then we have won and the computer has lost. And the reason is that scissors cut paper. So we are going to cut this game, and behind every win or loss, we are going to state the reason why there is that particular win or loss. So this is our file where we are going to be creating this particular game. So the first thing we are going to do, this is function main, and we are going to have several other options, functions, in order to put together this particular game. So this is our function main, and that is where we are going to start creating our program. So the first thing that we are going to do, we need to print out that our banner. So I'm going to have print format, and then I'm going to have the banner. So I'm going to print /tab, /tab, and then I'm going to print something like this with the message "Welcome to Rock, Paper and Scissors Game." And then we are going to end it with this particular something. So I will go over to the game and then make sure that we gotten exactly the way it is. So this is the game. So we have this particular, and then we have some little stars. So let me go and have these stars. Let me go with the stars. But we have exactly like the game that we showed in the previous video. So coming over here, we have some little star here, and then also have another star here. So this is the way it is. So also let me copy this one over there to make sure that we have exact number of this particular symbol on both sides of this particular message. So let me paste it here. Ctrl Z. Okay. All right. So this is the way it is. So it's easy to simply print out this particular banner. All right, so we can even test it out and see. So let me just go to the terminal, and then we have here ls, we have it here. So let me compile it. GCC rps game, output as rps game .c extension. So it has compiled successfully. Now let me run it and see. Rps game, and run it. So as we can see, we have this particular banner has been printed out. All right, so now we go back and we have the exact number of something here and there. I'm sure we have it by now. All right, so let me clear the screen. Now let's go back and continue our coding our game. All right, so we have this here. All right, it seems to me that this is not the exact something that we have, but let me copy this one here. Let me copy it here. All right, so let me save it. So we have already gotten our we have our banner. Now the next thing we need to do, we need to prompt the user to enter an option. But before we prompt the user to enter an option, let's have the option. Let me create a variable called int user option, and then I'm going to initialize it with the value 0. Okay, so this is a user option, a variable to hold user option. So a variable to hold user option, to hold user option. All right, so next thing, we know the game is going to be continuously played until the user decides to quit the game. So what we are going to do, we are going to have a loop to make sure that this game is on continuously. So I'm going to have a while loop, and then the condition is that while user option is not equivalent to -1, then the game should play it continuously. Okay, so let me copy this. Let me copy this. So now inside this particular while, I'm going to prompt the user to enter the option, and then we get the option. So this is what I'm going to do. Print format. Now ask the user to enter an option. So enter an option. Is that what we have been saying? Let me go to the game again and play it. All right, this other place. Please enter an option. All right, yes. So we did. I need this particular message straight. So let me just. I can copy it. I can copy it. So let me copy it. And then we have this particular message straight. So we need to ask the user, please enter an option. Scissors for 1, paper 2, rock 3, or -1 to quit. So also as a security measure on C to avoid hackers exploiting our code, we don't just pass only one argument to this print format function. It's good to have it as two argument. So let me go with it, and let me put format control string. This is S is conversion specifier for a string. So we have this. Please enter an option, and please enter an option. Scissors, paper, rock, or -1 to quit. All right. So we have this, and then we have that particular symbol here. Right. So this is the way it is. And this particular image is going to get printed out. All right, and okay, next, after we have asked the user to enter, now we need to get that particular option that the user is going to enter via our keyboard. So making use of Scanf function. So we have this percentage D, since it's going to enter 102 which is a decimal integer, or -1. Then this is D, percentage D is a conversion specifier for a decimal integer. So, and then we get this value from the keyboard that the user is going to enter it, and then we assign it in the address of this particular variable user option that we created. So now at this point we have the user option. We have the user option. The user has played the game. In essence, the user has played the game. He has made his selection. Now the computer also need to play the game. Also made its own selection, either scissors, paper, or rock. So to do that, also let's proceed to create another variable. I'll call it int computer option, comp option. Option. Also let me assign it to 0 now. So and then we ask now comp option. So okay, comp option. Now but the comp option is going to be okay. So let me do away with this first. While we enter the while loop, the comp option is going to be we are going to making use of random number generation to generate numbers randomly from 1 to 3. So a random number is going to be generated from 1 to 3, and that will be the computer selection. So the computer will randomly select numbers between 1, 2, or 3, just as we were able to randomly select numbers from either 1 or 2 or 3. So also the computer will randomly select a number from 1, 2, or 2 or 3, and we'll be able to simulate this using random number generation functionality of C. And to make use of random number generation, we need two other header files. So I'm going to now import these header files into our project. So stdlib.h and #include time.h. So we need this. We are going to make use of them. Okay, and also we are going to seed the random number generation. So I'm going to say srand, making use of the current time to seed our random number generation function that we are going to use. So this particular line number 23 code is to seed our random number generation with the current time. So seed the random number generation function generation function with current time. Okay, so srun time null. This is how we go ahead. This is how we go about doing just that. So the next thing now, we are going to generate the computer option. So we can see comp option, assign it to rand. Now rand will generate random numbers from up to infinity, but we just want to restrict these numbers. We just want these numbers to not generate any number that is greater than 3. So we don't want to generate a number that is greater than 3. We just want numbers from 1, 2, and 3. So we can achieve that using this particular tweak. We call it rand modulo 3. Now rand modulo 3 will make sure that the numbers 0, 1, and 2 are generated. Since any number modulo 3 is going to be let's say we have 5, let's say the random number generate 5, we say 5 modulo 3, then it's going to be 2, because modulo means divide a number by one another and then give the remainder. And if we have something like 1 modulo 3, since we know that 3 cannot enter into 1, then that particular modulo is 1. The remainder is going to be just 1. So in essence, random modulo 3 is going to generate numbers from 0, 1, and 2. And for us to have 1 and do away with 0, then we need to add 1 to it. So after everything, we are going to add 1 to this particular expression. So I'm going to say 1 plus, so that whatsoever number is generated by this particular expression within this parenthesis, add 1 to it. So if the number 0 is generated, when we add 1 to 0, we have 1. So if it is 2 that is generated, if it is 1 that is generated, 1 plus 1 is going to give us 2. If it is 2 that is generated, 2 plus 1 will give us 3. And we know that since it is it is modulo 3, we won't have any number 3 and above. So this is the little tweak that we could have to generate numbers 1, 2, and 3. So this will generate. This will generate the numbers numbers 1, 2, and 3. So this is how we have. So with comp option, we have our comp option can either have the numbers 1, 2, or 3, and that will be the selection. That will be the selection that the computer has made. That is either scissors, paper, or rock. Okay. So now the next thing that we are going to do, we are going to invoke a function called play game or check option. Okay, so let me say play game. So next we are going to invoke. Okay, let me just say check option, since even function main is still part of the game. So let me just say check option. It will check the option and then print and check whether and decide the winner. So this particular function check option, which we are going to code in the next video, will now check what we have selected against what the computer has selected and then decide who is the winner. So check option, which we are going to code in the next program, and we are going to pass to this particular check option. We are going to pass to it the user option and the user option and the computer option, and then decide this particular the check option function will now decide who the winner of the program is, who the winner of the game is. So we are going to code this check option in the next tutorial, in the next video. So thank you for taking your time to watch this video. Until we meet in the next video tutorial. Thank you.